Hi, my name is Bill Martin, and I'm the program manager for Rockwell Automation's Networked Components Group. And today we're going to talk about smart devices. Smart devices is really the foundation of the connected enterprise. It's where all the data comes from to make a machine smart, and smart machines make smart factories, so our users can make their products in a more efficient manner. So there's three types of smart devices. There's smart motor controls, there's smart sensors, and there's smart safety devices. So let's talk about smart motor controls first. There's three types of motor controls. We have full voltage starters, which they are the old traditional method of controlling the motor, which is the foundation of our company. We have soft starters, which slowly start up a motor, and then they slowly stop them. And we have variable frequency drives. This is really the latest technology for controlling a motor, in which it really controls the rotational speed of an electric motor. So let's start with full voltage starters. Our smart full voltage starters really begin with the E300 electronic overload relay. It measures current, voltage, power, energy, and with those different data points, we can help you predict different motor failures or even operational failures. So for example, let's say your motor is mixing something and it's getting thicker, and that motor current's just getting higher and higher, and we can tell the operator that, at the rate that you're going, you're going to trip in about 120 seconds, 119 seconds, 118 seconds. This gives the operator some information where he can say that, well, I only need to go about 45 more seconds, so yeah, I should be okay. Let me finish up this batch, and then I'll call the maintenance guys, and we'll have them come down. In the past, what would happen is the motor would just go, and all of a sudden it would just stop and trip, and everyone would start freaking out, figure out, hey, why did this thing trip? And about 2 hours later, they'd kind of figure out, oh yeah, the batch was too thick. So it's just simple things like that where we can help make the manufacturing process a lot more easier. If we look at energy values from a smart motor controller, we can use those to help lower our energy costs. By looking at peak demand values or even kilowatt hours, we can help detect if we're monitoring an air compressor. If you're on a Sunday when you're not producing anything, but yet you're consuming some kilowatt hours, why is that occurring? Everything should be off. That just gives you an indication that there's some air leaks in your air compression lines. So now let's talk about the variable frequency drives. So the new 755T product family has a feature called motor control adaptability. So it's going to watch that motor, and as it's doing its thing and it's getting older, it's not working as efficiently as it should be, the variable frequency drive is going to adjust the voltage and the current to accommodate for the poor performance of the motor. It'll also provide an indication to the operator or to the maintenance staff that, something's going on with this motor. I'm gonna adapt for it, but you guys should check this out so that we can get it repaired at the next maintenance schedule. Sometimes people are a little fearful of all this smart motor control stuff. It may look kind of complicated, but Rockwell Automation is trying to make that really easy. If you ever had to replace any of these smart devices, our ControlLogix processors have a feature called automatic device configuration. So what that means is that the Logix controller itself has all of the configuration data from all these smart devices. So the maintenance person, when he's told, swap out the overload relay, he physically goes out, takes it out, pops in the new one, plugs in the cable, and voila, he's done. He can actually walk away. The PLC will re-download all the configuration data, and the system's back up and running as it should be. So it's just, even though they kind of appear to be complicated devices, they're really not. You just plug them in, and they kind of self-heal themselves. Now, the second type of smart device is our smart sensors. Sensors are really just real basic devices. They're just on-off, real simple, like a photoelectric switch or a limit switch. Nothing too fancy there, but you can either wire them into a traditional digital input of a programmable logic controller, but one thing that's unique with Allen Bradley sensors is that they also have an I/O link communications capability built inside. So you can just order one catalog number. You can either wire it up directly into a digital input, or you can take those same wires and put them into an I/O link master scanner. And now you can start communicating to this simple little device. So you can still get the on-off type sensor and signals from the smart sensor, but it also has additional diagnostic parameters. So a great example is with the photo switches is that It can detect its signal strength. So as the signal is getting weaker, it can alert the operator that your signal isn't as strong as it used to be, and this is typically an indication that the front lens of that sensor is getting dirty. It's caked with some dirt or goo or whatever. And so we can let the operator know that at the next scheduled maintenance time, why don't you go and wipe off all your sensors because they're getting a little dirty. In the past, if we didn't have this, basically the production line would shut down. Again, everyone would freak out. Hey, why is this going down? And people would be scrambling all over. 2 hours later, they come to find out that all we need to do is just kind of wipe off the lens. So again, just a smart sensor letting you know that the lens is a little dirty can save a significant amount of unplanned downtime. All right, finally, our third type of smart device are our safety sensors. So a safety device is used to protect an operator from receiving bodily injury or harm. Probably the most famous one is a typical e-stop. You press the e-stop and everything just kind of shuts down. In the traditional way of e-stops, let's say you had about 20 of them lined around your particular machine. Operator would accidentally would hit an e-stop, but no one would really know when the maintenance crew would come down which e-stop was pressed. So they'd actually have to go out and look at each individual e-stop to figure it out. And then once they found the right one, then they would go repair the machine. Well, that could take a long time. So now our safety devices are on a network. In fact, we just recently created the GuardLink network, which allows you to real easily put on different sensors. It reduces a lot of wiring. But then you can also get some diagnostic data out of these sensors. So when an e-stop does get pushed, the operator will be able to see which specific one was pushed. So if one gets pushed, you can see that, oh yeah, it's the third one by the left door. So let's go send maintenance down there. And another example of a smart safety device is a light curtain. Very similar to our smart sensors. They have the capability to look at the different signal strength of that light curtain. So as it's starting to get dirtier, the signal strength will go down, and we can alert the operator or maintenance staff that, maybe the next scheduled maintenance time you should wipe down those light curtains. And again, in the past, it would just fail. You'd have a lot of chaos trying to figure out, hey, why did this thing turn on? And 2 hours later, oh, we just need to wipe down the light curtain. And finally, working with our partner company, PTC, we can take smart safety devices and we can help calculate overall equipment efficiency, or OEE. What that means is that a piece of equipment can produce so much product in a certain amount of time, and we don't want to have any downtime. So, however, we could look at the operations of this machine. So, for example, if Bob on third shift always seems to be hitting that e-stop 5 times every time he's at work, but yeah, if you look at Tom and Sue on first and second shift, they never hit that e-stop. So that's kind of interesting. So the solutions from PTC can come in, and we can see that, oh yeah, let's go talk to Bob. Let's see what's going on during his shift. So in general, smart devices are really the foundation of the connected enterprise, whether it's our smart motor controllers to help either predict when a motor is going to fail, or if it does fail, let's make sure we get that thing up and running as fast as possible, to our safety devices, where we can look at which device was operated, and maybe even figure out the overall equipment effectiveness of a machine. And finally, our smart sensors, we can use those not only to detect our basic on-off position of a product or something, but we can determine when they're starting to get dirty or about to fail, just to let operations know they should clean it, so we can again prevent unplanned downtime. So again, my name's Bill Martin, and hopefully you learned a little something about smart devices.